I just got screamed at by a hair braider. I'm like shaking a little mad. But I don't understand how it's either like you're gonna pay $600 or you're gonna get screamed at or they're not gonna show up on time or it's gonna be disrespectful. Like, this is more than I've cried in like a minute. It's just like the level of disrespect when you're like it's just so frustrating.
Today we're going to be talking about something deeply personal, historical, and honestly frustrating: the state of black hair in the beauty industry today. This conversation is really for my black sisters out there, our culture, our crowns, and how the industry has changed for better and for worse. I'm breaking this video down into 6 sections so that we can fully unpack this. 1. The history of black hair and its cultural significance. 2. The impact of Eurocentric beauty standards on black hair. 3. The golden era of black hair salons. 4. The decline in professionalism and the rise of untrained stylists. 5. Personal experiences, the good, the bad, and the unacceptable. And 6. The future of black hair care and what needs to change. Stick around until the end because I want to hear your thoughts, experiences, and ideas for how we can restore the respect, professionalism, and the quality that black hair truly deserves. Now, without further ado, let's get into the hairstyle horror stories. Welcome back, y'all. If you thought that part 1 was wild, just wait because we're diving even deeper into more insane hairstyle horror stories, and some of these are so bad that they'll have you questioning every single hairstylist that you book with. Now, if you haven't seen part 1 yet, make sure to check that out first so that you're all caught up. And if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any crazy stories like this. Now, let's get into it, but trust me, it only gets worse and better because of my commentary, of course, from here. But let's get into the part 2 of hairstyle horror stories.
I've booked with over 32 hairstylists in Houston since I've been here, and all my chair hopping has paid off because now I can look at your Instagram page or website and know whether or not you're going to waste my time, and I'm about to help y'all look for the same things. I always start with the Instagram page, starting with that bio. If you tell me no DMs in all caps with the exclamation points, I'm leaving your page because I can't even come to you and ask a question if I need to. You're yelling at me already. I didn't even do anything. I'm good. If I have to send you a direct message in order to book an appointment, I'm automatically leaving your page. Why don't you have a booking website? End of story. Goodbye. Next, it's time to check the energy on those PSA posts because those tell it every time for me. I've seen hairstylists refer to their clients as B words in these posts. I've seen the posts that are like, I'm so tired of having to say the same thing. I'm tired of having to repeat myself. This is the last time Did you mean to put this on the business page, or was this for the close friends? And yeah, I'm good. On to the Declaration of Independence, aka these websites. Please, if I step foot on that website and I see big, bold, black letters in all caps with the 5 exclamation points, I'm just going to go ahead and make my exit because it's very clear that you don't want me here. Why are you yelling at me? You don't even know my name. I didn't even get a hi, hello, how are you? Thank you for visiting my website in the first place and being interested in booking with me. Nothing. You just got straight to yelling. And I don't like that energy. I'm just going to leave. If they are a licensed cosmetologist telling you to come wash and blow dry, run the other way because why are you trying to do half your job for the full amount of money? Goodbye. If my deposit doesn't go toward the total, I'm not booking because why? You're greedy, and that shows. These people usually have these unnecessary fees. You breathe wrong, $50. And they say don't book the same day as an event. I'm not going to rush my work. I take this as the sewing is supposed to take 2.5 hours, but I might have you here for 6 because I'm going to service you, Ashley, Brittany, and Jada in the back. I'm good. I'm just going to go ahead and exit. I'm not. And the last one is come picture ready because I'm not getting up, putting on a full face of makeup to come take some pictures for you, and I still got to sit up and pay you full price. If we don't agree to it beforehand, girl, I'm not coming for that. I'm coming to get my hair done and leave. I'm not coming picture anything. I'm just going to come up off that website. Now, I'm not saying it's going to guarantee that you're going to have a perfect appointment, but you have a better chance at not wasting your time if you do these things before you even book. That's my full little list. If I miss anything, let me know in the comments, okay?
Tell me about a time you let somebody do your hair that you knew you shouldn't have let do your hair. I'll go first. It was last year. It was August of last year. Me and my boyfriend were going to one of his best friend's weddings. I wanted these. I wanted the locks. I wanted them long. I wanted this hairstyle so bad because I wanted to be a bohemian goddess princess at this wedding. And I don't know about the other ADHD girlies, but let me tell you something. When I hyper fixate on something, I have to do it. Like, there's nothing else that matters in that moment. I don't care about any other hairstyle on earth. I wanted these, and I was so desperate to have them. My boyfriend was like, why don't you just take your time and really do your research? Because I was getting scammers, do little weird stuff. I just couldn't find the person. Everybody was on bullshit. And I should have listened to my boyfriend, but I didn't because I was too impatient. And I wanted my hair done, and I wanted it done now. So I finally come across this girl. And I gotta admit, there were some red flags, but I chose to ignore them because I wanted my hair done and I didn't care. In my mind, it's just like, nobody's gonna mess it up. This is easy. Okay. So she had one, maybe two pictures of like these. Hers were all red. And they weren't bohemian, but they were just really neat, long, locks. I wanted them. And I was like, okay, like she can do them. I mean, that's the picture, right? Even though she didn't have a lot, I trusted it. Yeah, that's right. Me, my dumbass trusted a complete stranger that was on Facebook. Me. Story of my fucking life, but that will be another story for another time. By the way, my voice is hoarse right now, so don't be making fun of my voice right now, okay? Anyway, back to the story. So I contacted the girl. She was really nice. Like I said, there were red flags. I had to pay her a travel fee because she was coming to my house. I had to buy my own hair, which was super hard for me to do because I never know what stuff to get. It's just really hard for me to focus in there. And I also, of course, had to, pay her. So in total, I ended up spending about just under $500, if not right at $5. Yeah, you heard it right. So at this point, I had only sent the money for the hair and the travel fee, right? Cool. She ain't said nothing about nothing. Just make sure you send this. Cool. We booked. You good. So she'll be here like the next day, right? Cool. Next day comes. No, actually, this was all in the same day. Sorry, this was all in the same day. So that morning, I had sent her the money and she went to go get the hair. She even FaceTimed me. That made me really trust her. I was like, oh, she's FaceTiming me. Like, cool, she's really in the hair store. Everything will be fine. It'll be fine. So she gets the hair, blah, blah, blah. Then it's like, okay, I'm on my way. Bet. Now, usually, most hairstylists that I know, and y'all could tell me in the comments, they never do what I'm about to tell you next. So she finally is outside of my apartment, right? Up until this point, I sent her the money for the traveling and the hair. Everything's fine. Usually you're going to send them the money, the rest of their money, when you're done with the hairstyle. Cool. Well, she calls me from outside of my apartment building while she's still in the parking lot and says, hey, I need you to send me the rest of my money. I'm like, huh? Because there's no way she just said what I think she just said. She did. She said, yeah, I need you to send me the rest of the money, the total amount. I said to her, and I remember I felt so uncomfortable because I do not like confrontation, especially like weird confrontation. Like you about to come in my house, and I don't let nobody come over my house. So for me, this is just really, really weird. Like, why would you do this while you in the parking lot? Like, golly, but I done already sent her some money and she's outside of my house. What do I do? I said, well, why didn't you say nothing to me before? Like, what if I don't like it? She takes this weird long pause to where I'm like, is she about to say something crazy? And then she says, well, you're going to like it, but you're really going to like it. I was like, okay. So I send her the rest of the money, and which is probably like $350. And next thing you know, she knocks at my door. Now she's at the door. Cool. Conversation is cool. I really don't really like talking during getting my hair done or lashes done, but you know, I don't want to be rude and tell people that, so I just kind of go along with it. But truthfully, I really don't like having extra conversation because most people I don't vibe with. So I'd rather us just be quiet and get the service done. But that's just me. That's just me. So we watching a TV show. She's doing my hair. I don't look in the mirror this whole time. I'm trusting it. She's going. She's going. So I'm trusting it. The vibe is there. Everything's cool. Up until I had to go pee. I waited a long time to pee. And so literally, I think she had maybe like 3 more left. So this is how long I had been sitting there. It was a couple, you know, it didn't take too long, but it was like a couple hours. So it's pretty much done. So now I got to go pee where there's a mirror. And I'm about to see what my hair looks like. You guys, after I peed and I looked in the mirror, I could have cried. I actually think there was a tear that came down. Let me show you guys what I look like. Warning, I look like Cynthia from Rugrats. That's what my hair looked like after I peed. So needless to say, I was devastated, and I go out there with the most shriveled up, bunched up face you could ever have. And I said, I don't like this. And I have anxiety really bad. And like I said, with confrontation, this is a stranger. She's in my house. I don't want to have to be like this. But I literally was, I said, it doesn't look like what I asked for. I don't like it. And she was like, oh, well, girl, it looks fine. When you get in the shower, run some hot water and put a scarf on. So I just paid you almost $500 for that. Let me show y'all one more time. Yeah. Almost $500 for that. And I don't know if I said it at the beginning. This is in Indianapolis, Indiana, by the way. Needless to say, that was the most horrific hair story I've ever had. I had to go to that wedding a few hours later, guys. So you can imagine how I felt. Luckily, I pulled it back to where you really couldn't tell. And I did do the hot water with the scarf just to kind of bring it down a little bit. So I ended up looking halfway decent, but I didn't look like no goddess at all, I'll tell you that. Make sure you are looking at pictures, looking at reviews, looking at everything, like I did when I got these, because I absolutely love these. And the girl's name is Jazzy in Indianapolis, Indiana, and she doesn't have a TikTok, but she is amazing. And these are like 2 weeks old now, but when I tell you, and I love them at 2 weeks old, I absolutely love them. All human hair, great. Just make sure you guys do your research before you go to these girls, because that was the worst experience ever.
Okay, so a quick story time on how the stylist just tried to play with me literally like 2 hours ago. So I booked my hair appointment probably like 2 weeks ago. And, you know, like when you're getting like a closure wig or a frontal wig, you got to drop your hair off 2 days or 3 days in advance before your appointment. So I dropped my hair off. My appointment was today. Today is Saturday. I dropped my hair off on Thursday, but the girl wasn't there. So I ended up putting it in like a little box in front of her room or whatever, right? The day was my appointment, and my appointment was originally at 10 o'clock. The girl texted me at like 9 and said, hey, can you come at 11 o'clock? So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I can come at 11. So after that, I leave. I get to her place probably like 10:50, but I waited in my car probably till like 10:56, 57, because just in case you finishing up with a client, I don't want to be standing outside waiting. I don't want you to feel like you have to rush or anything. So I just waited in my car until like 10:57, and then I got out and proceeded to text her saying, hey, I'm outside your door. After that, she probably takes like 2 or 3 minutes, and then she opens the door, and she has like a little waiting area inside of her suite. So she's like, you can have a seat there. 15 minutes go by, and I'm hearing spray. I'm thinking she's finishing the girl edges. Like, I'm thinking whatever. I didn't even know probably until like 10 minutes that she had somebody else in there, because I heard another voice. I'm like, okay, so she has another client. I'm thinking maybe she's prepping the room, she's cleaning, because it's a morning appointment. So I'm thinking maybe she's prepping. Maybe she just got here like trying to give the benefit of the doubt. Y'all, 30 minutes go by, and at this point, I'm irritated. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to leave. Because first you push my appointment back an hour, but then you're like making me wait 30 minutes. I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I'm like, all right, I'm just going to get my money back and get my hair back, because I did do a deposit. 11:45 come around, the other girl's leaving out. She like, you can have a seat in my chair. And I'm like, no, I appreciate it, but I'm just going to go ahead and take my hair back. Very calm, like very nice, not, I'm over it, but I'm not nasty or anything like that. The girl's like, okay. So she give me my hair back, and I'm like, she's trying to figure out like which hair. It's like a whole bunch of hair sitting in a chair. She's trying to figure out which hair is mine. Mind you,
She never did nothing to my hair. She never plucked it. She never bleached. She never did none of that. My hair is still sitting in the bag that it came in. Right? Mind you, I dropped it off 2 days earlier. She hands me my bag and proceeds to tell me, like, here you go. And then I'm like, okay, can I get my deposit back? She like, you can leave. No, she said, have a nice day. And I said, can I get my deposit back? She like, no, my deposits are not refundable. I'm like, you told me to come an hour later. I did that. You had me waiting out here for 45 minutes. And then you talking about you not giving me my deposit back. You're going to give me my deposit back. She like, I'll give you the deposit after you leave. I'm like, I'm not being rude. I'm not being nasty. Like, can I have my deposit back? She like, what's your cash app? She said, you got your little $20 back. What the fuck be wrong? What the fuck be wrong with y'all? Like, no, I've seen all the horror stories, but that shit has never happened to me until today, ever. And the part that's crazy is, how you want to be mad at me and not trying to give me my deposit back when I did everything you asked? How am I not deserving of my deposit? How are you keeping my deposit? And you did nothing for the service. You did not pluck my hair. You did not bleach my hair. You did not do nothing for the service. Why am I giving you a free $20? Then you got, girl, y'all, she was so confrontational. She like, you can have your little $20. There go your little $20. Bitch, I'm not going to fight you. I'm a grown ass woman. The fuck is wrong with you? Like, I got real shit to lose. Bitch, you don't got shit, clearly. And then, y'all, the part that's crazy was the girl. So I ended up talking to the girl outside because I was about to post the TikTok, but I meant to tell y'all this too. I was talking to the girl outside who was sitting in the chair who had just left, and she was like, oh, what time was your appointment? And I was like, my appointment was originally at 10 o'clock, but she pushed it back to 11. Why did the girl tell me her appointment was at 8 o'clock and she did not start her hair until 10? So if you knew you had started her hair at 10 o'clock, why would you tell me to come at 11 when you could have just been like, hey, girl, I'm sorry. I had my 8 o'clock. I pushed back to 10 o'clock. Can we get 12 in? Because that's going to take me at least 2 hours. Like, you could have said something instead of having me waiting out there for 45 minutes for you thinking that why would you think you still about to do my hair? Why would you think you're about to still do my hair? Like, if you think I waited 45 minutes, you think I'm that pressed. The only time I would be that pressed for somebody to do my hair is if I did not have nobody else to do my hair and it was like my birthday. If it was like my birthday or it was like some special occasion where I needed to have my hair done, then yeah, I might wait. But be so fucking for real. Like, then you're being disrespectful. You're disrespecting me as if I did something to you. Y'all, she was so nasty. Nasty. Like, I'm thinking like, damn, and I'm not even no nasty person. Like, I am not confrontational. I'm very sweet. Like, anybody that know me know, like, I'm real kind. Like, so the fact that happened to me, I'm like, damn, like, wow. Like, this is what we doing. This is in the beauty industry. Like, oh my God, like, where's your customer service skills? Where's your skills? Like, just courtesy, common courtesy. Like, I'm not asking you to kiss my fucking feet when I walk in. I'm just saying hello, hi. Never checked on me at all, y'all. Like, so when the time was going past, I'm sitting in the waiting area. I'm getting irritated. If she would have came out and said, hey, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to follow up with you and let you know that this client is taking a little bit longer than normal. I should be finishing this time. Keep me posted. That's all I ask. Like, if you want to be that long, you know you got somebody sitting outside waiting. You let me in. You know I'm waiting out here. So why are you sitting there? Nothing, y'all. I'm just flabbergasted. But I end up doing my own hair anyway, honestly. And I ain't gonna lie, I ain't mad at nobody. Shit.
So y'all, I want to dive into my personal experiences, the good, the bad, and the unacceptable. But first, I want to put out a disclaimer. If you hear any noise, that is my baby girl, and this mama has got to work. But y'all, I've had my fair share of hair horror stories. So this one time I walked into a salon with healthy curls and left with permanent heat damage. Another time I paid top dollar for a quote unquote professional hairstylist only to be left waiting hours because she was overbooked. And this was my last and final straw, y'all. I got my hair braided at someone's house. She did not disclose that it was going to be at her home. And I wasn't even allowed to use the restroom. And at this point, I've just chosen to be a DIY girly because the level of care, skill, and professionalism in the industry has dropped. But I've also seen what good black hair care looks like. Many times when I was younger, I got to experience stylists who are licensed and trained Treat black hair care with respect and dignity and create a clean and welcoming and professional experience. The thing is that people will pay for quality. I've seen black women willingly drop $600+ on braids because the stylist was on time, professional, and treated their hair with care. And that tells you everything.
Story time about these braids. Before I get into it, I want you to hold in your mind what type of parts you think these are. Hold on to that. Hold on to that. Today is Labor Day. Don't have school. So I really wanted to capitalize on getting my hair done today because a lot of the braiders I've seen around here only work Monday through Friday, like a regular job, but I have class, so I can't really do that. So I booked a braider who was gonna come to my apartment. She ended up getting sick and couldn't come. So I looked at this 2 days before. So I'm looking around for braiders who can get me in on Monday. And I find this girl. She's in Greensboro. It's an hour away. I'm like, cool, bet. I remember these parts. Train of thought because I'm just upset. Like, telling this story just made me upset again. Find this girl. She does medium braids, yada, 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 $190. Add boho, $10. Cool. Solid price, $200. But I had to pick up my own hair. So really add like $30. This morning when I got there, I was looking at her page again. And I noticed that the braids that I liked that she had done were labeled as small and not medium. So then I was like, dog, like I probably should have booked small and not medium. Called her too, and I was like, hey, like I'm a little early for the appointment. I could go run and grab another bag of hair, and like, could we do small today instead of medium? But she said that she didn't have time to do small. It's valid because I'm last minute asking that. Cool. Ask, okay, like, how many braids do you do in the middle? I really only care about the middle because this is part that you could see, and once this puffs, like the braids are done. Can we do 8 braids in the middle? And she's like, oh, I do 6 for medium. I have to do 6. I have to keep it that way because that's the style. Feel her parting. The parts feel big. They feel big, and I was like, ugh. So I pretend to go to the bathroom in the middle of it. This picture. And honestly, I didn't think that the parts looked that big. It wasn't crazy. I was like, okay, look, I can work with this. To the top of my head, and I'm thinking, I thought I felt her part 4 on each side, but she ended up obviously only parting 3. And she didn't show me at the end. She was done, and she was like, let me take a picture. She took her pictures and everything, and that was it. Like, there was no mirror. And I should have asked, like, to go see it, but I didn't. I just asked how much I need to pay her, and that was that. Also, I should have known they were big as can be because it only took 4 hours. It usually takes a minimum of 6 hours, if not 8 hours, to do my braids every time I get them done. So I get to the car and I see the parts and I'm like, what the heck? Like, guys, this is my ear. This part is half my head. The part is 2 inches thick to my ear, from the front of my head to my ear. Why would you part that big? For medium braids? I text her and I say, hey, got to the car, looked at my braids, like, thank you again. But these parts look more closer to medium. Honestly, they look like large. But I was like, so can I get a discount and pay just the price for medium braids? And she was like, no, there's medium throughout your head. And then I screenshot a picture of the braids that she has on her site labeled medium. And those parts look smaller than my parts. And I said, you labeled this as medium and my parts are the same, if not larger. And she was like, no, her parts are larger throughout her head. They're not. And I said, my part literally goes back to my ear. And she never replied. And honestly, I didn't expect her to reply. I should have looked at it while I was in there. I should have negotiated before I paid her the money, etc. But it was too late. And so now I'm asking this other girl to come and at least split these all into 2 braids instead of these big giant braids, just so I can get some more longevity. But honestly, these will probably be out of my head in the next 3 weeks, if you agree with my story. Or if you think this is medium. This is not medium. Like, I don't actually care. I don't care what anybody says. This is not medium. It's not.
I'm gonna cry. Hold up, because you will not believe what it took to get here. For starters, this package got lost in my school's mailroom, and I got it a week late.
Howard's mailroom? Playing in my face.
And y'all, I didn't know any stylists in DC, so out of desperation, I booked with the girl I found on Insta. First red flag, she rescheduled my appointment due to an error on her site. And I sent attitude in the messages. I put up to her place of business the next day and was not told it would be at her house. Strike 2. Then I met her chair and she claimed she can't braid my hair because of the leave-in conditioner I used.
I can braid very tight, but this ain't coming out like that. So soft.
What you want to do is have me wash it and come back.
Yeah.
What would be the earliest if that was?
Honestly, I don't have nothing for this week.
Girl, what?
But I don't mind. Then I would just have to work later in the day.
Don't worry about it. I will book an Uber back to campus. Y'all see how I kept it very calm and very demure? I found another girl on Insta the next day and booked with her immediately. Her name was Faith. Ironically, something I was losing. But her beautiful setup and energy reinstilled it in me. Oh, y'all are so excited. She was my saving grace. Don't look at my forehead, y'all. Just look at how nice the cornrows are. And a little reminder from God that he can make everything work out no matter how hard it seems. I was in that chair multitasking, doing my homework, my nails, and filming content. Okay, y'all, we determined the placement of the closure. She gonna eat. Yeah, she gonna eat. My braid down and tracks were so comfortable, and these bundles definitely gave quality. I don't want to like spoil it for myself, so I'm not looking at it. But it's a gift. Yeah. And y'all, look how good my hair came out. Stop! Yes. Stop! I look wrong. I know. Forehead is at the perfect length. 8 down. And don't miss the underlining message in this. All you need is faith. I done got. Y'all, so let me tell y'all how my hairstylist left to go do somebody else's hair at a whole different location and then never came back, never texted me, never finished my hair, nothing. And this is all I got. So mind y'all, this is my friend. So basically, I asked my friend because she do a trade with me. And she been asking me for extra small knee length knotless. So I'm like, if she want that hairstyle, I might as well get the same hairstyle too. Because I know she gonna want that hairstyle because she wanted a trade. She been saying she gonna come to me for him. She just gotta, you know, like get herself together and she could come get them. So she like, yeah, we could do a trade. And I'm like, okay, what about the 11th? She like, yeah, we could do the 11th. But then she like 12 should be fine, and then she stopped texting back. So I asked her, like, I'm asking her, like, can we do this time? And like, do we have to do a half a day? Like, I'm trying to like get all the information about the appointment, you know. I'm trying to, and she stops texting back. Mind you, we're texting on Monday. My appointment's supposed to be Thursday. She don't text back all week. Thursday morning, I text her like, so I'm assuming you're not doing it. And my thing is like, if you weren't doing it, you didn't want to do it. Like, you could have said that. This should have been my first red flag when she told me that. Like, what she didn't tell me anything is the way that should have been my first red flag. So boom, she's like, but yeah, I can still do today. I'm sorry, like I just been at work, which is understandable, but you can still communicate. It take 2 seconds to pick your phone up and say you don't want to do it. Like, you feel me? I'm like, yeah, we can meet up at the shop and you could do my hair, whatever. She's like, okay, are you driving? Like, basically she need me to come pick her up. Okay, that's no problem. Mind y'all, like I said, this my people's. Oh well, like we cool or whatever. Like, we been getting to know each other as friends. Like, we ain't close or nothing like that, but we been getting to know each other.
So now let's end here. The future of black hair care and what needs to change. So lately, it feels like every other week, another video is going viral of a black woman calling out a stylist for being unprofessional. Whether it's overbooking, last minute cancellations, or outrageous prices for subpar services. And honestly, it's becoming a pattern. Of course, we have every right to be frustrated, and there's a huge gap in professionalism in the black hair industry right now, and it's affecting both stylists and clients. But at the same time, this is the constant conversation surrounding black hair care. It doesn't reflect well on us as a people. We already know that there's work to do, but we can't keep repeating the same cycles of calling each other out without actually fixing the problem. Instead of just complaining, we need to hold each other accountable. If you're a stylist, take your craft seriously. Respect your clients' time, money, and hair. Raise the standards. Black women deserve quality service, and if we demand better, we'll start getting better. Support professionalism. Invest in stylists who know what they're doing and stop paying for mediocrity. At the end of the day, black hair is sacred. It deserves respect, skill, and care from both the the professional who styles it and the client who wears it. If we truly want things to change, we have to work together to make that happen. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the state of black hair today? Do you think that social media has helped or hurt the industry? And what do you think needs to change for us to create better experiences for our people? Let's keep the conversation going down in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you guys for watching this video. If you made it all the way through and aren't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Because babe, I want to see you again, so make sure you pop in the comment section down below. Let me know where you guys are from, and of course, y'all, as always, stay safe. God bless. Bye.
Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me?